For over 40 years, the New York Theater Workshop has been an artist-driven and led production house. It was here where the show Rent was famously first seen. Their aim goes beyond entertainment. They make theater with the intention of exploring the complicated world we live in and the endlessly diverse perspectives that exist within it. Jeffrey Wallach has been the manager of their costume shop for over 16 years and was kind enough to talk with me for a few moments.
I work for New York Theater Workshop. My name is Jeffrey. I'm the costume shop manager, and this shop that we're in belongs to them, and I manage it for them. Though they pretty much leave me to my own devices, so you could say it's mine in a way, but I don't pay the rent.
Okay.
Or the electric bill. In 2006, I had been working at Fordham University running their costume shop for the students. And a production manager who worked there said, I'm leaving and going over to this place called NYTW. And I said, that's nice. And a week after he got here, he called me up and said, by the way, their costume shop manager is leaving here at NYTW, and I think you would enjoy being here. And so I came down. I didn't really have to interview because he knew me, and he said, you're hired. And that was the end of that. This theater is very active in looking for plays that forward ideas, concepts, and cultures. It's not so much about the happy musical, it's more about politics and communities of color that don't have that don't always get their voices heard. So we do that a lot, and I love learning about that. I love researching on the internet to figure out where I'm going to find those clothes or what is real and what's important, or other, library. But I also think to thrive is when we have something that's crafty, something that is not just straight sewing. I love that the most. That's when I'm in my element. We just made costumes for Des Moines Metro Opera Midsummer Night's Dream using found objects. The wall, there's an actor that plays the wall, and we made the wall out of beer cans. It's a costume that's a caftan made out of 227 beer cans. So yes, the crafty stuff, the painting and the sculpting and the, clothing goes on the stage, and you can buy new clothes, but if it's supposed to look like somebody is old or dirty or ragged or just a little bit aged, there's techniques of painting and dye and just very carefully doing things, taking sandpaper to something to make it look a little older, to fray it up a little. That's the stuff I like the best, the craft work of costuming. Over here I have a set of costumes that were made for a show called Light Shining in Buckinghamshire. So all of these woolen costumes were made by us, and they're very specific period pieces. But I enjoyed that show, and the hats up there on the wall all went up there in the ceiling. So those were all part of one show that I found to be just very magical and a lovely, and a challenge to make. A magnificent designer who knows what she wants, and that's really a blessing and a pleasure to work with, as compared to people who go, I don't know. I've had designers who just buy things, throw them at the actors and say, nah, I don't like that. And I go, then you're wasting money. But that's their method. That's the way they design.
So how do you feel about this neighborhood?
Well, I've been working in this neighborhood for 45 years. In 78, 79, I came here to do some Robert Patrick plays at La Mama and at Theater for the New City, which is down the block across from Alex. And I did a number of shows here for a number of years, and then I worked my way up to going to Broadway, and I decided I didn't like it, and I came right back downtown. Broadway's a lovely place. It's a temperament that wasn't me.
How would you describe it?
I'm very happy being a bigger fish in a smaller pond. And I'll just say that. Okay, there's a lot of hubbub and a lot of working hard up there to keep your position, and I wasn't interested in that. I was interested in just doing my job well and letting that be enough. So I came down here to just do a good job, and hopefully after 16 years they trust me and think I'm doing a good job. Everything in here evokes a memory, and I will say quite clearly, I have no favorite show. People go, oh, what is your favorite show? No, there's favorite things about every show. And there's things you might not like about every show. It's unfair to look for a favorite thing. I enjoyed working on the Broadway show once, which started here and then moved to Broadway, and then had an American tour, a Canadian tour, many tours. And I worked with a lot of them and helped them. Sing Street, as I said, is over here, and it's going to be on Broadway hopefully in the fall. Peter and the Starcatcher, everything about that show was magical. All the costumes that didn't do anything were magical. But I think that's the director and the actors putting it together and putting life into the fabric. And magic.